Bro, that song always hits every time. So, this is it.
We're here,
It's
man.
the last chance. Last chance to get in. Week 14. Dude, this is the whole season is culminated to this. If you've been riding that fence all season long, just trying to say, oh, well, maybe I'll grab that waiver ad, or maybe I'll spend this much fab on that. If you didn't, and you ain't even close to making the playoffs, should have listened. Should have listened to your boys. I don't know what to tell you. We're out here trying to make fantasy royalty. Bro, it's crunch time, Slayton. Tell them what's up with you, brother.
And hey, I'm just blessed to be out here with no week 14 buys. Feeling real good for all you Christian McCaffrey owners. RIP. I'll pour out for y'all. I know it's going to be a rough week watching him not get any points and your team just fight for its life. So, I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty good. Only got 2 leagues that didn't make it out of the 11, so I'm feeling pretty confident this year. Best ball still ripping. Got some pretty good leagues in that one, so I guess we're going to see what happens here at the end of the season, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. So we already got some early morning ins and outs. Yep. Have you been tracking that this morning?
Yeah, man. I know that they announced Roma Dunze out. He's been out for a minute. Drake London's not going to come in this week either. I know a lot of people had a little bit of hope for Mike Evans to make an appearance this week. Mike Evans ain't going to make it in either. I did see that Chris Olave is questionable. I don't know if he's going to make it in, but, I mean, I wouldn't be out there against that. But to each his own.
Yeah, I think Chris Olave, you're going to have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah. Who else did you hear today?
So as far as our ends, big deal about Jaden Reed being back since week 2, going out with that fractured collarbone. I know he was really, really wanting to be a big deal. I know a lot of people were wanting him to be a big deal too.
I love Jaden Reed, and that one crushed me early in the season because I have a lot of them in my dynasty leagues. And if that means I'm getting them back for the playoffs, we're having a time this
year. Yeah. Definitely going to need Jaden Reed. But, man, like Christian Watson's really been stepping up for Green Bay since he's looked really good. With Amarion Hampton is going to be back this week.
Yep.
So there's that. I know a lot of people are happy about that.
I did see that Maserati Marv, man. I seen that he's out this week too. So no Marvin Harrison.
Yeah. That's not great for Harrison owners, but if you're one of the ones who are holding on to Michael Wilson, I mean that's good news for you right there.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's great news. They're playing that Rams secondary, so we'll see.
True. Stick with the Cardinals, bro. Like, did you see where they're talking about how Kyler Murray's not coming back?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, is Kyler Murray done in Arizona?
I think so, man. To be brutally honest, I think it's his time. And I think what the deal is if they don't get rid of Kyler, that coach is gone too. I think that's kind of it's either him or me, and he's showing like, hey, I can do it with Jacoby Brissett. It's Kyler, So I think that's kind of what's being conveyed to the ownership right now, and I'm rather interested to see what happens with Kyler. I
Yeah.
hope he gets to start somewhere else, somebody that can actually utilize him correctly. But I don't know, man. Like I have the gut feeling that this is the last we've seen of him in a Arizona jersey.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple players that we're looking at that is probably they're done in their teams. I mean, Tyreek Hill most likely done in Miami. Kyler Murray most likely done in Arizona. I don't know what other teams you think are done in their teams this year. What other players you think are done in those teams this year?
Man, shoot, that one's a hard one for me because like there's not a whole lot glaring. I know Fields is probably gone. If I'm being honest, there, like he's probably done.
That's crazy because they were so happy about getting Justin Fields and
one that I'm interested in is Shador. I think that there's a good possibility that, they either get their shit together and kind of give him the nourishment that he deserves now to kind of like boost him up and see if they can run something with him or, at least put him into a system that would, utilize him or at least give him the attention to try to succeed. Because right now it doesn't feel like the Cleveland organization, outside of the actual players within the building, that is giving him support.
yeah. Well, you got to think though too. Deshaun Watson has that big contract that they gave him, very idiotically gave him, but he's going to get first crack at it. I mean, we know that's how it works, man. It's a business. He's making the money. He's going to get the first crack at it. Which sucks if you're a Shador Sanders truther, but man, it's just one of those where we might have to wait for 27 if you're really buying all in on Shador Sanders.
I have a gut feeling with Shador that he might end up in LA.
Ooh, okay. How many more years do you think Stafford's got?
Honestly, if he makes it to the Super Bowl this year and wins it, I think he's done. To be honest with you,
He should go out on top. I mean, they're kind of the favorites right now from everything that I've seen.
Like in it there. But there was a lot of talk during draft day that the Rams were heavily interested in Shador. And there was a lot of stuff going on in the back scenes. And like a lot of my Rams buddies were murmuring this too. Like it was a lot of like, oh, hey, dude, there's a good chance that Shador might go in and be the backup there.
Yeah.
Learn under Matt Stafford. And I don't know if it was a call from Stan that came down and told him, hey, let's not do this. Let's pull the plug on that. Or if it was a call from McVay or whoever. But they ultimately did not go that route. But just seeing how things are transpiring, there's a glaring hole in the second QB spot in LA right now. So, I mean, I could see where they could trade for him and, get him at a decent price and put him behind Matt Stafford if he chooses to stay for a year. I could see that ultimately happening, but at the same time, I don't know to what extent that they're going to try to prove this point with this kid.
Yeah, they're gonna have to figure this out because, I mean, we used to see where quarterbacks would sit and quarterbacks would wait a year or two and then come out and be good.
Yeah,
but now it's like, man, all right, we're gonna draft you, and you're gonna be thrown to the fire day one. It's like, man, these kids, these kids can't do that. There's the NFL game. It's the best of the best in college are playing in the NFL. So it's not like you can go out and you can play at, some small school and be elite and then come out in the NFL and you think you're good. I mean, we saw that with so let's say like Adam Troutman. I don't know if a lot of people remember Adam Troutman. He played at a small school. I want to say it was Liberty. Is your Liberty or something like that? But a small school. And he was just a receiving machine at tight end. And then he gets drafted to the Saints, and now he's with the Broncos, and he's just forgotten. I mean, he gets a couple catches here and there, but it's like he was supposed to come out and be this amazing athletic tight end, and where you at now? I mean, so the league's tricky, man. So with these quarterbacks, it doesn't work out. Look at Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm. Malik.
Yeah, Malik Willis when he was supposed to be really good for the Titans, and that didn't work out. He went to Liberty as well. Yeah, there you go.
Almost that entire draft class. Will Levis, the whole team
Hmm.
there was a lot of glaring holes in that one there. And it's just sad because like a lot of these guys come in there, they're highly touted, and they don't get any sort of support on the back end. And it's like, man, like these guys could be phenomenal, but nobody's taking the time. Like you draft these guys to be a piece, and then like there's no connection. There's no. It's all disconnected. Now I'm starting to see like a lot of these guys are stop trying to force the connection by drafting these guys. They're a lot of them are drafting like a quarterback and a wide receiver, kind of like how Cincy's done. Kind of like a couple of these different teams where they have a QB and a wide receiver that went to the same school
Yeah, yeah,
after separate years to have that built-in chemistry to make up that offense.
right.
And trying to like oh okay, we're just going to draft this random guy and hope that he fits into the organization, which is wild. But to each his own. It's just kind of
And it
crazy.
doesn't help that they have coach turnover. Like, there's a reason why you're drafting a quarterback in the top 3 spots because your team sucked, and then
Yeah.
now you've got a new coach in, and then 2 years later he's gone because he couldn't win because you didn't do all the other things. I mean, yes, look, I get it. When there's a generational quarterback coming out, I get it. But if
Yeah.
it's just some run of the mill quarterback, don't waste the draft pick on that. Like, trade back and build where you need to build. Offensive line. How many teams are we seeing right now where their offensive line is horrible, but they have a good quarterback? I can give you 2 right now: the Jaguars and the Texans.
Cincinnati
Cincinnati, there you go.
Ravens.
And they
Like
even paid Joe Burrow. That's the thing. You're paying this man all this money, but you won't protect him.
what about Pittsburgh? What about Chicago? I mean, like I can keep going on. Like half of the teams in the league, their offense is a dog shit, man. And it's just
Yeah, because
sad because
this draft class isn't great for offensive line.
they're just getting killed back there. And I'm like, man,
Yeah.
come on now.
This is a good draft class for defense, but
Yeah.
not for offensive line at all.
No.
So if you need to protect a quarterback, you're going to have to really, really figure it out. Like, you're going to earn your money, Mr. GM. You're about to earn that paycheck because you got to figure out, especially how to keep an elite guy like Joe Burrow. Because for my money, I don't think there's a better quarterback throwing the football than Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, man. I'm sorry. But you've got the NFL. You have to keep these guys upright. Mick Lipper, we miss you, brother. Hope you're doing good out there, man. So 175 premium. He's talking about tight ends. Who do I sit? Sit Goddard, Kincaid, Dalton Schultz, or Harvey? Okay. So 3 tight ends and 1 running back. Sitting
Hey,
RJ Harvey's gonna be tough, dude.
hey,
Dude, Kincaid. So is this who do I sit? Just one? I guess sit just one out of all of them. Is that right, Mick? Because if you're just sitting one, then yeah, sit Kincaid because he has looked like abysmal with the Bills. Like, he's another guy that we talked about. They
still,
go to these schools and they look so good. Which Kincaid went to a good school. He was at Utah, so it's like he's used to good competition, like at a higher level in college. Has all the attributes. Super athletic, can catch. Like, he was the tight end in his draft class. He was the guy. And goes to Buffalo, where it's the Josh Allen show and nobody else. Like, if Josh Allen wants to take a play off, he hands it off to James Cook. That's it. So, like, I've already said, like, I understand why Keon Coleman's pissed off in Buffalo because he's not getting the ball anyway.
it's craziness. It's craziness to me on that side. Like, yeah, that I still don't understand how that offense operates there. But yeah, no, Kincaid would be the one there that I'd be sitting. He's looked abysmal and he's still dealing with injury, I believe.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm with that. Sit Kincaid. I like. I'm not sitting Harvey at all, anyways, because like I know it's 175 premium, but give me a starting running back on a good offense any day over any borderline player. And when I say borderline, I mean like so think about with Dallas Goedert in Philadelphia, they've got 3 other options ahead of him in Saquon Barkley, Devonta Smith, and AJ Brown. And then not to mention, like Jalen Hurts will rob a touchdown from you anyway if he's 3-4 yards out. So that's why like I'm a little hesitant on Goddard, even though we have seen this year, we have seen Goddard do really, really well. Really when we didn't expect it. And Goddard put up good numbers.
This is going to have to be
But
a good for them, though. So they're going to have to utilize their pass catchers this game for Philly. If they're
AJ Brown's been stepping it up the past couple games. He's been getting a crap ton of targets. That was one of the notes I made. Like, dude, ever since AJ Brown like opened his mouth and said, "Hey, I'm not getting enough targets. I'm not happy," we've seen the offense kind of funnel to him. He's had 30 something targets the past couple of weeks. Like it's been impressive, very, very impressive. But I don't think that's going to change. I think AJ Brown's still going to get his targets. And with Dalton Schultz, I mean, dude, we just talked about the Texans offensive line. Stroud's got to get the ball out quick. But so looking at our other ins and outs today. So a couple other outs. We're looking at Alvin Kamara with ankles and knees and all the joints. Oh my! But that doesn't surprise me, man. Alvin's been such a stud for his whole career. I mean, it makes sense that he's a little banged up right now, but heck, man, like for Dynasty, this could be good for Devin Neal. I think Devin Neal could be serviceable.
See what he's got at least.
Yeah. But yeah. So, but dude, Alvin Kamara's been weird this year. Anyway, he's only been over double digits 5 times this season in fantasy points. Isn't that crazy?
Well, it's because the fucking team sucks, man. You got Spencer Rattler, fucking Desperation U, and then you got, Tyler Shaw, who's 50 years old and a freshman. Oh, man. Like, and then you expect these high quality players to play with these dudes? Like, come on, man. Like, that's crazy. Chris Olave, I guaranteed, like, he's probably not going to play. If I was him, I'd be like, hell no, I'm not going out there.
Yeah,
like,
just go get hurt for nothing.
Yeah,
like they're going to have another quarterback next season for sure, like 100%. Mick asked another question. Start one: DeAndre Swift, Pierce. Is that Alec Pierce? I'm assuming. Yeah, Alec Pierce. I'm hoping it's not Damian Pierce because that's a no. But Alec Pierce, or Terry McLaurin. So I mean, let's look at that. So Terry McLaurin is a spicy one because Jaden Daniels. Okay.
Yeah, looked good with Jaden Daniels. So I don't know if they're still in the running for a playoff spot.
No, they're not even close. They're not gonna make it at all, no matter what they do.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I would probably lean Swift. I don't love it. But it would be Swift or McLaurin for me, and it'd be a coin flip.
Yeah, this is a really tough one because Swift has a good matchup against the Packers. So we know how those games usually go, and especially with Odunze.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have to look another direction to get production, and we know Swift can do it through the air with his hands. He's done it in the past, all the way back his time in Detroit. And then looking at Alec Pierce, I mean, this is kind of a must win for the Colts. Alec Pierce is always good for one or two like kind of deep shots, and he usually comes down with it if it's catchable. But I'm not willing to take the boomer bust on Alec Pierce this week against the Jaguars defense, who's been decent. I like start one. I've got to go with McLaurin. Now, hear me out. The Swift with DeAndre Swift, there has been some timeshare stuff with him and Monangai. Okay. It's almost a 50-50. I don't like that. Now, for real NFL, yes, I love it if I'm the coach. But if I'm a fantasy manager, no, no, no. I don't want anything to do with a 50-50 split at all, bro. So I'm gonna go McLaurin on this one. Jaden Daniels back. I think they're gonna make a statement. He really doesn't need to play, which is I'm curious why you're putting him back in there. But then on the flip side, the competitor in me, I get it. You want to be in the game. You want to keep those reps. You don't want to get rusty or anything like that. But look at these last four. These are just the last four for DeAndre Swift. His snap percentage. Okay, Week 10 against the Giants. That's where we're gonna start. 62%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Week 11 at Minnesota, 57%. Week 12 at home against Pittsburgh, 45%.
Mm-hmm.
And then last week at Philadelphia, 53%. That's bad to me. Like, yes, I like DeAndre Swift. I like the RB1. But, bro, this is 50%. This is an RBBC right here. I don't like that. And his numbers have been good. Like, good-ish. He did good against the Giants. He got you about 15 points. And last week, he got you 20 points. But those 2 weeks in the middle, he got you 9 points and then 1.9 points.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they're doing this, I can't be confident in DeAndre Swift as long as they're splitting almost 50% every game. That makes me really nervous, man. So me personally, I got to go Terry McLaurin on this one, Mick. I don't know, Slayton. What do you think, man?
I'm still, yeah. I would be kind of a coin flip between him and Swift. I mean, Swift has more. They're fighting for more with Chicago. So, like, I feel like there's going to be a chance of a higher scoring game there. So with me, like, I'm putting my kind of faith in more points scored. Somebody's got to be getting those touchdowns. Somebody's got to be getting those yards. So,
Yes, Kyle Monaghan.
I mean, maybe.
Because he's had, since the Giants, 38%, 37%, 54%, and 45%. So the last 2 weeks really have been a split 50-50 between them two. But Monaghan's actually had better numbers than DeAndre Swift. So since the Giants, he got you 8.8. At Minnesota, he got you 10.7. Home against Pittsburgh, he got you 10.8. And then last week against Philly, he got you 19. So both running backs ate last week. To be fair, both running backs did eat against Philly. But that might have been more because Philly's secondary is really damn good. And they ate on the short end. So they said, hey, we're going to run the ball. Because he got 22 carries for 130 yards and a touchdown. Monaghan did.
Yeah.
22 carries is what you see some teams have with one running back.
But my thing is like, where is DeAndre Swift operating?
Now, they do use him in the slot sometimes. They use him a lot of swing routes, Texas routes, things like that.
Exactly.
I will give you that. But
my process is it's going to be a lot of short dump off. He doesn't have to get all of his bread on the touches. You know what I'm saying? He can get some of his bread off of, gadget plays, catching off the line there, doing screen plays, doing that type of stuff. He can still get his there.
He's not getting that many receptions, though. That's the problem. Or targets, for that matter. So, last week, he only had 2 targets and caught one of them for 13 yards and no touchdowns.
And then points there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like that. But my thing is like, if you're looking for a floor to make the playoffs, the other two are very boom bust for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Us, in the grand scheme of things, but he's shown that he has a floor that can be depended on.
Yeah. I mean, so here's with Terry McLaurin, all right, which we've seen Terry McLaurin produce with random quarterbacks in the past. We've seen that. So with Jaden Daniels, okay, here's his first 3 weeks with Jaden Daniels, okay? Now, we know what last year was. Last year was phenomenal. Him and Jaden Daniels, they are on the same page. We saw this last year when their big run through the NFC, Jaden Daniels Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year campaign. So he's getting his targets with Jaden Daniels. Okay, so he got 4, 9, and 4, and then Jaden Daniels goes down, which who knows what all them weeks could be. But then Terry McLaurin got hurt as well. Okay, and then he comes back at Kansas City, gets 4 targets for touchdown and some yards, and then last week Denver with Marcus Mariota, who is not a Jaden Daniels caliber right now. Okay, being fair to Marcus Mariota's younger years where he was decent. But 14 targets last week. 14. But he only caught 7 of those. So that's the thing. But he got a touchdown and 96 yards. So Terry put up a pretty good number for you last week. I believe he's going to do better at Minnesota. They're in a dome, safe environment. No weather's not a concern. Plus, you've got a healthy McCarthy. You've got a healthy Jefferson and a healthy Addison. Healthy Aaron Jones. So this has all the makings to be a shootout. Neither one of these teams are making the playoffs, but I mean, I think this is going to be a good game, man. I think we're going to see some touchdowns in this one.
I hope so. I hope it's not a slop fest. Because I can tell you, J.J. McCarthy's just about as bad with interception as Geno. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody wanted McCarthy to be so good, and he hasn't really panned out.
Yeah, 9. Silly, dude. Silly. But no, like at the same token, I think a lot of those targets last week were forced because you don't have a quarterback that necessarily has the same paralysis. It's going to be a completely different operation as far as offense goes. I don't know how much they're going to try to put Jaden Daniels on the line. So that's my only caveat to this is like I don't think they're going to let him run and let him, take a whole bunch of hits. At least I hope so.
It shouldn't. You're
But
right.
at the same time, like I could see this being a slot fest, low scoring, and the running backs are the only ones eating in this. Like I don't know. This is kind of my. It feels like a weird game on script for me.
Well, because if you're either one of these teams, you've got your quarterback right now. Like Washington knows they have Jaden Daniels. They know Jaden Daniels is good. My fear for Jaden Daniels, he becomes the next CJ Stroud. Comes out rookie of the year campaign, does all these great things, and then does nothing. And then next year does nothing. But for right now, Washington has their guy. They've got their franchise QB. Minnesota, right now, I guess they think they have their franchise QB. But I feel like they're starting to think like, maybe this kid isn't as good as we thought, but we'll see. Like I'm willing to wait and see for JJ McCarthy, which is something that we'll talk about once the fantasy season is over with, and we'll get into Dynasty. We'll start talking about some of these young guys to buy and all that stuff. Speaking of which, for Dynasty, if you're in the building, if you see at the bottom, we've got a free jersey giveaway going on right now. Once we hit 200 subscribers on this YouTube channel at Kingmaker Sports, I know we're coming to you on a couple of different channels right now with our brother channels throughout this AFC South show and Curtis Podcast Network. Once we hit 200 subscribers here on Kingmaker Sports on YouTube, we will be giving away a free jersey to one of you lucky viewers out here. Hopefully, you'll be wearing that free jersey and holding your league trophy with any of the help that we've tried to give you this year. So make sure that you go to Kingmaker Sports on YouTube to subscribe and enter for a chance to win that free jersey. So that way you can be looking fresh holding up that league trophy. Also, Kingmaker Sports is partnered with W Energy. W Energy is a powder style energy drink that you mix with water. It's usually just, bottle of water, 12 ounces of water, whatever like that. I, myself, personally, I like to use the blender bottle that they have on their website. Just makes it easy. Plus, I get to rep the brand. If you see at the top, use code Kingmaker. That's just code Kingmaker, nothing special. You get 10% off your entire order every time you order, not just one time, but every time. Go to w.gg. That's w.gg to order your tub. And man, I tell you right now, like I'm loving the Chainsaw Man, which is the blood orange one, and I'm loving the yuzu fruit, which is like a Japanese lemon essentially. I'm loving those two right now. But I'm a citrus guy. I don't know, what flavors do you like?
Oh, I love the citrus as well. So that yuzu is awesome. Uh, really, really recommend it. Something a little bit cleaner than your normal energy drinks that you do be drinking out there. Doesn't give you all the bubble guts, any of that nasty after feeling. So definitely go check them out. Uh, scratch their back, we'll scratch your back on that. It's be a lot of fun to see the difference on that side, and just to step out of your comfort zone and try a powder versus what you are getting in these chemical makeups of a lot of these nasty energy drinks that are out there.
Yeah, I was a big time Monster Energy guy, and then I shifted over to Bang, and then shifted over to C4. And man, honestly, I feel good when I drink this. Like I'm hydrating, like it's because I'm mixing it with water. It doesn't have a lot of fillers in it, so I feel good, man. So I mean, you can take my word for it if you want, but honestly, I would try it. I would try it. And but yeah, use that code Kingmaker for 10% off your order every time you visit. So back to it. We've got another one from Mick. Brother is on it this morning. He says, same thing, 175 tight end premium, start 2. Okay, so we got 2 options here. This is nice. So Aronde Gadsden, that's one of our favorites here on this show. Darren Waller, who's back this week, or was back last week. Woody Marks, Jaden Reed, who is back this week after being gone since week 2, and then Jaden Higgins, which is somebody else that we love on this show. So let's look at the matchups. As we always do, let's look at the matchups. First, let's look at Aronde Gadsden. Okay. The Chargers are playing Monday night. So prime time, it's just them, all eyes on me. If you know that song, We Can Be Friends. Against the Eagles, though. But this Eagles team looks like a very beatable Eagles team this year.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? Y'all might know that reference too, and if you know that reference, then we can be friends as well. That's the Hurricane from WWE. I don't know if you viewers out there watch WWE or not, but what's up with that? But yeah, man, so Rondé Gaston playing against the Chargers. I mean, against the Eagles. Very good secondary Eagles. I mean, you think he's going to be able to find some room to work?
Well, just like you were saying, their secondary is fantastic, but he works a lot over the middle and short distance. So maybe he can stick underneath the defense there and be able to do a little bit of work. And I know a couple of those wide receivers in that group is banged up. We are getting a Hampton back, so I don't know if that's going to affect some of those targets that Aronde was getting. It's out of the piles of turds you had there, Mick. I would think this was one of the shiniest that you got in that pile.
The shy turd. I don't really trust Darren Waller because I don't really trust the Dolphins offense outside of Devon Achane.
Absolutely not. Yeah, and he's him. Did you see his post that he put out there? He said he didn't need a gender reveal. They knew he was him.
Woo! Dude, you got to love that big energy right there.
I was like, all right, yo.
Respect that. Man, you bring up a good point with the targets because Amaron Hampton is really good with through the air too. Because before he went out and got hurt, so here's his first 5 games of the season. Really, I mean, he's a rookie, so his first 5 games as an NFL player as targets. Now this is targets. Okay, he got 2 at home against Kansas City, 2 in Las Vegas. He got 7 at home against Denver, and he got 5 at New York, and then he got 6 at home against Washington. And he caught pretty much he catches everything he's thrown except for 1. He's got 2. He's got 2 passes that he dropped in his first 5 games, which is really good. He didn't get any receiving touchdowns, but the targets are really nice for Amaron Hampton.
Oh, yeah.
Now, on the flip side of that, Aronde Gadsden, he has actually been getting a lot of snap share. Okay. So yeah, he started the season off really, really slow, 20%, 40% in that range. But this is since Gadsden's breakout game in week 6 at Miami. Okay. This is after Hampton went down. Okay. So to further implement what you said, because Hampton did not play week 6 and on until now.
Mm-hmm.
Aronde Gadsden stepped in. 75% snap share, 79, 77, 80, 52, 88, and then bye week, and then last week had 70% snap share. So he's on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Like, homie is getting some looks, okay? Now, let's look at his targets. His targets are really, really nice. Since Hampton went down, okay, his targets are as follows: 8, 9, 5, 5, 6, 5, and then last week he had 2. But dude, he's doing good, but he's only caught 2 touchdowns. So that's kind of concerning. You have a valid argument, the Hampton Gadsden. So I think this is going to be a telltale game right here. Are you willing to take that risk on Gadsden, or do you think that's going to be money right back to Amarion Hampton?
And that's something that we got to see on tape here is that Omarion Hampton is ready to come back at a full capacity.
He had a fractured ankle, so that's
like, coming back at like a full 100%. Like, this feels a little bit rushed, if I'm being honest with you. But at the same time, I don't know, man.
You think the Chargers at 8-4 are rushing him back because they know, like, hey, we've got to beat the Eagles. We got to, like, they're in crunch time mode?
Yeah. And, I'm sure that he's young and he's a competitor, so he wants to be back as well, but he's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what the rate of re-injury is on that, but I'm sure it's not lovely. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, because the Chargers, like, why would they bring him back if they're not competing? First off, I mean, we know they are.
Yeah,
but I don't know, dude. Like, the Broncos, clearly have the top spot in the AFC West. They have the top spot, hands down. The Chargers are sitting at number 2 with 8-4, but then the Chiefs, though. Okay, this is the time where the Chiefs normally get hot right now.
Yep.
We know they already have the refs. So that's something they have going for them. But, like, the Chargers probably say, hey, we need Hampton. We need him back because we have to keep the Chiefs away from us. We have to get every win matters to us. I don't know.
Yeah, they've been abysmal. I mean, Kamani Vidal's had a couple good games, but it's not been good out there. Like, and I think that's a lot of the reason why Aronde Gadsden's been getting a lot of these targets is because there is not a competent run game there.
That's true.
So, a lot of dump offs. He's going to be getting pressured. That offensive line's not fantastic by any means. They're in shambles right now. Their 2 best tackles are out. It just does not feel right for me to put a rookie running back out there knowing that your offensive line is just shredded right now. He's coming off of a fucking shattered ankle, brother. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Do we think that he's still going to be able to cut as hard? Like, mentally, think mentally too. Rookie 1, okay? Veterans don't come back mentally the same after they come back from an injury like that, especially where it requires you're using your body to shift direction. This is a big, strong boy right here, okay? Like, Amarion Hampton ain't some little guy like Darren Sproles. Like, he's shifting some weight out there.
Yeah.
Do we really think that this ankle of his is going to hold up to when he drops that, 220, 230 pounds, whatever he is, just digs that cleat in the dirt? I mean, are we seriously going to think here? Like, look, I get cortisone shots are a real thing. But, like, do we really think he's not going to be like, oh, damn, oh, that hurt last time. Let me not do that hard. And then now it's like he's gone. Now he's not 100% right now.
Yeah. Like,
physically, you can be 100%, but mentally,
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I mean, I'm not paid to make these decisions, so I guess.
Uh,
But to answer your question, Mick, I would probably go with Rondé and most likely Woody Marks. I don't have any faith in Waller whatsoever, and Jaden Higgins is going to have to, like, I don't know. They're playing the Chiefs there. It could be a pretty high flying game, but then again, like, I don't know what is going to come out of that game, to be honest with you.
I think it's going to be a massive HN game against the Jets.
Yeah.
Because like the Jets are bad. Honestly, I didn't think the Dolphins will win 5 games, but I'm with you. Like, I don't think Waller is worth the start. I mean, could he come out and get like 10 targets? 100%. Like, he could.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the outcome of something crazy happening, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like, I don't love it. I don't love
The
it.
appeal to me about Darren Waller is one, like, obviously with no Tyreek Hill, right? I don't I don't have much faith in Tua's arm until he shows me like, hey, he can get back to form. I don't have much faith in Tua's arm to be able to reach a speedster like Jalen Waddle. Because something's going on with Tua right now, man. I don't know what it is. Like, I think that he's just not invested in the game anymore. I think he's just playing because of his contract. I don't think Tua even gives a crap about football anymore. But I think that's a lot of his problem. But that's just speculation. I could be completely wrong, but that's just kind of the vibe that I'm getting from him. But yeah, so as far as Darren Waller, not really gonna put my trust in him. But the dude could come out and get 10 targets, just out of desperation. We see weak arm quarterbacks, they love the tight end.
Now, watch
Um,
go out there and do it in sheer spite of us.
yeah, exactly. So Darren, please look, man. Like, you can ask Mick when he gets on the show. Like, I went and picked up Darren Waller on waivers as soon as I heard that he made the Ravens team, and bro, he was awesome. He came out, blew up, and I sold that dude for an early second, I believe, early second, maybe late first. I can't remember, but I was happy about that. That was probably one of the greatest free agent acquisitions I've ever made. Was Mr. Darren Waller. So 2 Texans on this list. That's a tricky one. So you got Jaden Higgins, Woody Marks. So Jaden Higgins is probably going to see targets just because Nico Collins is going to be covered up. I mean, they're for all rights. The Chiefs should be looking to lock down Nico Collins. They should, which is going to leave Jaden Higgins open. But I do believe that Chiefs defense is good enough to be able to figure that out. I believe in Andy Reid. Like, Andy Reid puts people around. Was it Spagnuolo is the DC over there now?
Mm-hmm.
So Woody Marks, I really like me some Woody Marks, man. I ain't gonna lie, but this can be a tough one. I don't know. And then Jaden Reed, the only problem with the Packers, so many damn mouths to feed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And I need to see him play a game before I can even make any sort of an assessment on him. Like, any guy that's coming back from an injury, I gotta see him play before I put him in my lineup. Like, it's a weird thing for me. Like, I'm not going to put myself in that situation because 9 times out of 10 they come out, they have a quiet game. It's only very seldom that somebody comes in and just goes crazy right off their injury.
yeah. Which is why I want to lead Gadsden so bad. And I want to go Gadsden and I want to go Jaden Higgins. And the only reason I'm saying Jaden Higgins is because Nico's going to be their priority. That's the only reason I'm going with Jaden Higgins. But on the flip side of that, they don't have a reason to respect the run game, the Texans' run game.
Yeah.
So they may not even give any respect down on the line. They may just play an extra corner the whole time, knowing that Stroud's got decent receiving options out there. So this is a tough one for me. But I do want to go Gasson. I believe in what you're talking about with Jaden Reed. And Woody Marks is really good out of the backfield. He could come out and get like 6 targets.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as rushing touchdowns, I mean, have to be like within like 5-10 yards. I mean, they're going to have to be in the red zone for that, just because of Chris Jones and just how good that Chiefs defense can be.
Loftus, all of
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go Gadsden. I'm going to go Gadsden. I'm going to go Jaden Higgins. And you said you went with who?
Gaston and Woody.
Gadsden and Woody. So hopefully, Mick, that helps you out, bro. I know you and I want to see Gadsden succeed. We're big fans of him. But looking at so are you nervous about Jaden Daniels coming back from that dislocated elbow? Because that thing looked nasty. Like, did you watch that game when it happened?
Oh yeah.
I thought he broke it.
I think we had another one of those situations last night in the UFC.
Oh, so I didn't watch that one or the boxing match last night. I actually had a paper I was working on for one of my classes for art history. So I had to go to a museum, look at a couple exhibits, and then write a whole paper and stuff like that. So, yeah, I got two of those museum papers I got to do because I'm doing 2 art classes at the same time, and I'm not even getting an art degree. That's the thing.
Why?
These are core classes.
The core classes. What are you going?
Yeah, tell me why I got to learn art history as a core class. Core class should be like,
for?
huh?
What are you going to school for?
Kinesiology has nothing to do with art or history.
That's silly.
So I think it just justifies them getting that tuition money. But hey, that's all right though. Hey, my time in the Army's paying for that. GI Bill's covering for that. But still, like, I feel like you're robbing the student here. Like, why are you doing that? It has nothing to do with their degree or a core class. But I digress. Bro, how crazy was Jahmyr Gibbs on Thursday?
He went crazy. Can we just name him King of the Week already, or what?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we should. We're not even starting our Sunday games. That's the crazy thing. It's Thursday Night Football. He's already King of the Week.
Yeah, that was a good game, dude. That was a solid game. I enjoyed that game quite a bit, man. It was pretty good on all cylinders. I'm pretty sure most of all of your playmakers got you some sort of points. Yes, on Thursday. So definitely a great matchup and a phenomenal one for Week 14 for all you guys that are trying to fight for your right to party.
I love it. I love how you put that, dude. It's crazy that Gibbs is doing so well. And we talked about snap percentage and snap share. He's sharing with another good running back, David Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
David Montgomery's getting about 30 to 40% of every game.
Yeah.
Every game.
Yeah.
And Gibbs is just that good that he can put up RB1 numbers with 70% snap share. Bruh. Oh, this is crazy. This is a duo they need to keep. I think MCDC needs to figure out a way to keep this kind of system going, to have Jahmyr Gibbs and then a complimentary like a David Montgomery. Because we understand, like, David Montgomery probably wants to go be a starter somewhere at some point when his contract expires. Now, he's older, probably ain't going to happen. It would behoove him, which, kids, that means in your best interest. It would behoove him to stay with Detroit.
I don't know. Him and Gibbs have like a really, really close relationship too, like off the field. Like they're homies. And like
what's their nicknames for each other? It's like Sonic and something, right?
Sonic and Hedgehog, yeah.
No, Sonic is the Hedgehog. It's like Sonic and Knuckles. Knuckles, wasn't it? Or Tails? That's funny. There's this account that I follow on TikTok. It's called Cook the Books. And the dude made a little spoof thing or whatever, like about all the different running backs or whatever like that. Obviously, your boy Scatterboo was in it. And he was like, oh, he's like, I should find the clip and send it to you. But he's like running out this way. And there's a linebacker over here. Linebacker's like, oh, he's got the touchdown. And then the guy like pans over Scatterboo, and Scatterboo was like, and he's like, no. He like runs away from him. Like, Scatterboo wants to go run into you and put his head down and kill you. And then the other one with Jahmyr Gibbs, he's like, It's like, oh, there's Jahmyr Gibbs, like trying to find a hole, and the next thing is like, yo, he's gone.
Yeah.
Mellow Mike says Chiefs are going down tonight. Looking at your image there, Mellow Mike. Go Texans. So yeah, so Mike, if you just hopped in, man, you saw we were talking about Jaden Higgins and Woody Marks and how they can match up to that Chiefs defense. I'm hoping both those guys can do. I really want to see Woody Marks do well. Do I think he's your future at running back? No, but I think he could be like a good passing down running back. Jaden Higgins should eat today. If Nico Collins absorbs a lot of those looks. He says Lions ended the Cowboys season. Texans ended Chiefs season. AFC is wide open this year. Yeah. I mean, the Patriots and Broncos are pretty much dominating right now. Did you think Drake May was going to come out this year and do this good?
No, absolutely not. And especially with Josh McDaniels as his OC, because that dude's a fraud. He's terrible. I think the only reason why they're winning is because Mike Vrabel, but that's to each his own. But yeah, he's playing out of his mind this year, and he should definitely get some nod in MVP. I think he should be in the running there pretty heavily. But yeah, no, dude. I think that it's definitely an eye opener for everybody because I don't think there was too many people that were huge on Drake May coming out. He was kind of the one that was overshadowed in that class.
Yeah, him and I wasn't really big on Bo Nix. I'm still kind of not. I feel like it's more Sean Payton, but both these teams, like you mentioned Mike Vrabel, both these teams, the Patriots and Broncos, they have really good coaches. Like Mike Vrabel being let go in Tennessee, and I've said this to the Tennessee guys over on Titans Table for Two, that was the dumbest thing they could have done. Because you let him go, and then now look at you. You don't have a head coach.
No, they're trying Brian Callahan run, trying to see if he could fix that offense. I'm like, brother.
What did Mike Vrabel do wrong? Show me one thing Mike Vrabel did wrong. It doesn't make sense. And I said the same thing about Robert Saleh with the Jets. What did he do wrong? He coached the players you gave him, but you can't make a turd into a diamond. It doesn't work that way. You have to at least give him a piece of coal to put pressure on to make a diamond. You got to give the man a piece of coal. I don't get it, man. I don't get how some of these people can just quickly just say, "Oh, we're not done, or we're done with you. You're not winning games." Like that's because you're giving me crap to work with. But anyways, Mello says Woody is comparable to Kyron Williams. Agree. He gets consistent yards on the ground, picks up the blitz, and is a better option as a relief valve receiver. And bro, that's today's running back that I like. I mean, not all of them are going to be your Jahmyr Gibbs. Not all of them are going to be your Bijan Robinsons, your Jonathan Taylors. Like, they're not all going to be the CMC, okay, which CMC is big enough he can run, but he can run through people if he wants to. But your Woody Marks, yes, he has all the intangibles you want in an RB1 in a good system, a modern NFL system. Now, obviously, we ain't lining up no fullback back there no more, like our true fullback. That's not like everybody doesn't do that anymore. But no, for the system that you want to run in today's NFL, he's it. He's. I'm not gonna say he's. I'm not doing that. I was gonna say he's him, but no, I ain't doing that. But yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. So let's do a rundown real quick. Let's look at some matchups, and then we'll head out. I know a lot of people are really anxious to get their last get that last playoff push, to get this win to get into the playoffs. Or if you're already in the playoffs, you've already got locked in, then you're just sitting back drinking beer, watching football today. You ain't got nothing to worry about. So let's start with Colts Jaguars. They're in Jacksonville. This is for the first place in AFC South, which could ultimately mean the playoffs. Both these teams should make the playoffs if they continue to win. But what's what do you think is going to happen in Jacksonville? You think anybody's going to stand out today?
Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's going to stand out there. But I don't know how to feel about this game. I really don't. They have a higher, one of the higher point totals for the over under. I think it like just under 45 or like 44.5 or something of that nature. And like Daniel Jones is dealing with injury. So that's worrisome to me. He hasn't looked right in the last couple weeks, so that kind of bothers me. Jags, I don't know how they slop their wins, but somehow they keep slopping their way to wins. And it's aggravating because that team is not good. It's not good. So I don't know. Like I feel like both of these guys are fighting for the first team to be out of the playoffs.
You may be right on that. They definitely got to figure out what's going on with Daniel Jones. His mobility, you're right, is lacking right now. And he's not one of those, throw it 30 times a game quarterbacks either. He's not that guy.
But they're gonna have to depend on Jonathan Taylor today. So like he's the only one that I have faith out of any of these offenses. That and Tyler Warren. I would
Yeah.
take shots at Tyler Warren because he does get some smaller dump off. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a touchdown today. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on that.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. So this is kind of a weird game because I like Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. And I've said that plenty of times. Even on our guys Third and Teal, their show over there, which if you're a Jags fan, go check them out. Really great guys, real knowledgeable, exciting shows to watch too and listen to. But I was telling them about, I think Travis Etienne's a good running back. I think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. But they got to put all the pieces together. Liam Cohen is starting to look like it's working out, like he knows what he's doing. And I think, hey, give him a little credit. But they're still missing a quality offensive line to be able to give Trevor Lawrence time. Now, we see now that Trevor Lawrence wasn't that generational guy that we all thought he was. I did too.
Jesus, everybody was talking like he was the golden boy, that he was the golden goose for fucking ages, never lost a game since he was in Pee Wee football and all this storyline bullshit that they're trying to feed me. And I'm like, dude, like I don't see this guy that good. And like I was the first one to be like, man, like I hope this dude dives off a cliff when he gets to the NFL. Like I hope that it's a rough, and it's been every bit of that. And like it's the same thing. Like I'm so tired every year that there's this, generational quarterback. This dude's the next coming of Jesus. They did it with Caleb Williams. They did it with everybody, dude. And I'm just over it, man. Like, these
I'm
kids,
still not on the Caleb Williams train on that.
it's
I'm
not.
still not.
It's not the same. And like they just need to stop putting so much pressure on these guys to be this spectacular, like one of a kind. Like Jaden Daniels, he got pushed a little bit there of like, is he going to be good? Is he not?
So Ezekiel or Ezequiel Ruiz says flex Monangai or Addison.
Mungai. Addison's been terrible, dude.
Yeah, so we were talking about the snap percentage, 50-50. I mean,
Yeah, Mungai, he's going to have a higher floor for you, I believe. Granted, they are playing Green Bay, but it's a division game, and normally those division games get ugly. So you always have a higher scoring total there. I do believe that they're one of the higher scoring games totals that are out there this week. And then Addison, like I don't have any faith in JJ. Dude's been throwing like 2-3 interceptions a game. It feels like I'm just like, buddy, get on. Like this is terrible. They need to reevaluate something. Like
yeah, I'm with you. Kyle Monangai is my pick here. Man, so that's it. It's 12 o'clock. Kickoffs are upon us, and bro, when to get in some cases. So hopefully the three of us, I know this morning you're just seeing Slayton and I, but hopefully with Slayton, Big McLipper, and myself, hopefully we've been able to help you out this fantasy season. All right. We've talked about a lot of waiver wire ads. We've talked about a lot of guys, sleeper guys that you should stash. And those stashes usually have worked out. You stashed Travion Henderson, worked out pretty good for you. You drafted Tyler Warren late, worked out pretty good for you. So there's these little things like that that the three of us here on Kingmaker Sports really take pride in ourselves in doing, is being able to deep dive. Okay. It's real easy for a lot of shows to say, like, oh, start your Josh Allens this week. Yeah, no duh. But it's harder to put in the time to be able to watch the film, dive deep into this, into these stats, these storylines, snap percentages, all that stuff you hear us talk about on the show, to be able to give that to you. Which is funny because we love doing this so much. It has actually hurt us in our leagues because the people that we're in leagues with watch the show and listen to the show. And like, oh, he likes him. I'm gonna go sneak him up off waivers real quick, or I'm gonna go trade for that player real quick before he goes. So, but look, we don't do it for that, man. We do it to make all of you out there winners and champions. Okay, so hopefully this season has worked out for you. We appreciate you coming in and tuning in and subscribing. We look forward to the playoffs, which start next week, week 15, week 16. Those are going to be real critical, okay? Those matchups we're going to be looking at a lot on Tuesday, okay? Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be breaking down the most important parts of the playoff, the fantasy playoffs, okay? So, without any further ado, Slayton and I, we would like to thank you for joining us this Sunday morning. I've got a golf game to go get to, so I will see everybody here Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Slayton, you got anything for the people out there?
Oh, man. Hey, let's go J.J. McCarthy plus over on interceptions. And, hell, throw another Geno plus interception on that.
Geno's money, baby. You've been making so much money off Geno interceptions.
He did get me he did get me back last week. He didn't throw an interception. So, I mean, I'll cut my losses. But, hey, you know, it's been a surefire bet for you can't win them all. So
hasn't he thrown an interception every game this year except for two, something like that?
There's only 2 games that he hasn't thrown an interception. I do.
Yeah, so I say you're up all that.
Yeah, and then JJ McCarthy, same deal. So I mean, get those in, get your and I know with underdog right now, you can still bet on it even though the game has started. So let's ride.
All right. Well, from everybody here at Kingmaker Sports, we appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Let's go,
Peace,
boys.